This is mock counseling session 1. My name is Bailey Johnson, and my client's name is Caitlin. Hi, I'm Bailey.
I'm Caitlin, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. All right, let's get this started. Okay, so before we get started, I would just like to let you know that I'm glad you came in today, and I look forward to working with you. So a little housekeeping. I just want to let you know that everything you say in here is going to remain completely confidential. So that meaning that anything we talk about, anything you say, anything I say is going to stay in this room. Now, if you have any information that is divulged that involves you putting yourself or another person in danger, I am mandated by law to report that to the appropriate authorities. If that situation presents itself, I will let you know and we can talk about what to do from there. Also, this session is being taped. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Do you have any questions regarding the confidentiality or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Alrighty, cool. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Bailey Johnson. I am married and I have 2 kids. I've lived in Huntsville my whole life. I was born here. My parents were born here. These are our stomping grounds. Let's see. I've been working as a licensed therapist for about 5 years now. I got my degree from Alabama A&M. And a little bit about myself. Some hobbies. I like being at the beach. I love to read. Murder mysteries are my jam. Love that. I like doing anything outdoorsy with my family, my husband, hiking, camping, all that jazz. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am 26 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty outgoing, and I like to think that I'm open to new experiences, but I like to travel and take risks. I grew up in a super loving family. I am the oldest of 3, and I have 2 little sisters.
Nice.
I like to go to the beach and I guess just spend time with my few close friends.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, have you ever seen a counselor before?
No, I haven't. I'm not really sure how this whole thing works. I guess I just talk and you listen, right?
That's pretty much the extent of it. What are you expecting to gain from this experience?
Well, I really want to be able to share some of my issues with my family. I don't want to feel scared about talking to them about anything.
All right, well, we can work on that. In this first session, I would just like to actually get to know you a little bit better. So let's start off by talking about what you do for work.
Well, I'm a high school English teacher actually, and I work 40 hours a week sometimes, and well, the work just never seems to stop. When I do have time off, all I really think about is work.
Mm-hmm. And do you find your job to be stressful?
Yeah, it's just hard to find time for myself these days, but I actually think I like it better that way.
Interesting. So you're saying that you enjoy being busy. So how do you feel when you have time off or time alone?
Well, I think that could be harder. Having time to think about my life really just stresses me out. Where I'm going to end up, if I'm ever going to meet someone decent, these are the things that just really stress me out. Well, I guess I just miss being around people that I know more than anything.
Interesting. So overall, how would you describe your mood?
Well, people would tell me that generally I'm a pretty upbeat person, but as of lately, not really so much. I've just been dealing with a lot lately, and processing everything that is going on kind of makes me feel really low. It's just, I'm separated from everything I've ever known. I'm in a new city, and I feel like I have no one to talk to.
So you feel like you have no one to confide in. I see on your intake sheet that you recently moved here from New York. Wow. So you're pretty far away from your family and I guess old friends. How does that make you feel?
But yeah, I was born and raised in New York. So I've been around the same people my whole life, but I recently just moved to Huntsville for a new job position. And my newly ex-boyfriend lives here too. But being away from my family has been tough because we always have been super close.
That must have been a pretty hard decision to make, moving so far away to, be with your boyfriend and get a new job. You seem like a very brave girl.
Well, I try to be, but even though my parents told me coming here was a bad idea, maybe they were right. I don't know.
Why do you think that?
I feel like I can't really catch a break. Every guy I've dated just turns out to be a completely different person than I ever thought. Feels like I'm not really cut out for this whole dating world. Everyone they just seem to have too many secrets to really open up to someone.
Are you talking about someone in particular?
Well, yeah, my ex. Turns out I didn't know the real him, and we dated for 8 months.
Wow.
My mom told me he wasn't any good. I don't know how she saw this so early, but maybe this is the punishment I get for not listening to her. It just makes me so mad.
I understand why you would feel that way. Committing all that time to someone and then realizing that you don't even know them, you're feeling like you've wasted your time.
Exactly. It just kind of makes me feel like people don't want to take the time to open up to me. It's so hard to understand. My whole life, I've always been so open about everything to my friends and family. I just don't understand why guys that I have been with aren't the same way. Just really hurts.
It sounds like you have been through a lot of pain in relationships. What is something that really stands out to you?
Well, that opens up the reason why I'm here. About a month ago, I was actually diagnosed with HIV. It came as a complete shock, and I had no idea that my ex was HIV positive. To me, that just seems like something you would tell someone before you start dating them. It's been really hard to deal with. I feel like it really just hasn't hit me yet. It just doesn't feel real. I don't even know what's going to happen to me.
That must be tough to deal with. So, you're feeling really scared right now.
Yeah. All I really want to do is be able to tell my mom about this, but I'm afraid she won't even talk to me. She was the one that told me not to come here and not to date the guy that I dated. I guess now I'm just kind of paying for not listening to her.
So, you're feeling that your HIV is kind of like a punishment for not listening to your mom.
Well, yeah, I know I need to just be brave about it and tell my parents, but I'm just not sure about how they're going to respond. I don't know, I feel like they're just going to judge me.
I can understand why you would feel that way. Dealing with this type of thing is never easy, and it's not going to be easy. You have to be very brave when faced with these types of things. In the future, do you see yourself being able to tell your parents?
See, I just don't know. I feel like I've lost control over my whole life. I feel like I kind of deserve this punishment in a way. Maybe I have all along. All I have left are my parents and my job, and I will probably lose my job if anyone finds out about this. My parents, well, they'll probably disown me or something.
How do you feel about that?
Well, honestly, it just really hurts more than anything. I've always just been so close to my family and had them there for me, and keeping something like this from them is so hard. But telling them something like this scares me even more.
Okay. So, if you could make a miracle happen, okay, let's just say that anything can happen, you can change any kind of situation you want, what would that situation look like?
Well, first off, I wouldn't be struggling with HIV. I would probably get a raise and have a perfect boyfriend. My family would be very involved in my life still, and I wouldn't be scared to tell anyone anything.
That sounds like a pretty good situation. Sounds like you've thought about this a little bit. Do you try to set positive goals for yourself?
Well, I have in the past, but right now it just seems like everything is just unraveling. Being positive in this kind of situation just really seems near impossible. I mean, I'm here in counseling. My life obviously isn't going in the direction I would like it to be. Lately, I just feel so scared on the inside. I feel like I'm now living with this huge secret, and if I tell anyone, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life.
I understand that it's going to be hard for you to open up about such a personal subject when you feel like it's just going to be met with hostility. You can't let that fear of judgment stop you from doing what you know you need to do. This information is hard for anyone to hear, and the fact that you are sitting here talking to me, a complete stranger, about such a personal issue shows that you have a lot of strength and you're a very brave girl. I'm sure your family loves you and they always have been there to support you. Having HIV shouldn't define who you are. It's not going to change the type of person that you are. And if your parents love you, they're going to see that and they're going to know that. You're still their daughter that they love, and you're not just going to be some person with a sickness.
Well, thanks, but I don't feel like a very strong person. I feel like I've let down my parents my whole life. It's going to be another thing to add to their list. I was never smart enough. They said I didn't listen enough. And now, well, I have HIV. I don't know, I feel worthless and weak.
So, getting over this and being able to accept it and tell your parents about this, it's all going to take time. It's all going to take work. It's a process that we can work on together. We can get to a point to where you're comfortable enough to tell your parents about it. And that can be a goal that we have here in our sessions. Okay, I want you to try something. Oh, don't freak out, but I want you to pretend like your mom is sitting in this chair right here. And I want you to just talk to her like you would your real mom.
How weird. I don't know, I just don't really feel comfortable with that.
I know it's hard to kind of wrap your mind around, but I would really like us to try it. Let's take a few deep breaths. Just take a second and just relax your mind, relax your body. Just think about what you're going to say.
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't listen to you when you said not to date Mark. I'm really sorry that I moved so far away from you guys. I miss you more than you will ever understand. I hate that we are not close like we used to be. I sit at home and I just think about how great it would be right now just to be able to hang out with you and Dad and the whole family, just like old times. I've been having a really hard time down here by myself. And I need your support. I need your love. I've messed up. And I know you used to say that you would love me no matter what I did. And I hope you still mean that. Well, it's just been extra hard down here because about a month ago, Mark and I, we broke up. And it's just a piece of crap, just like you said. I really just thought I knew him, but I guess I didn't know him as much as I thought I did. I need to tell you something very important, and I need you to still love me after I tell you this. Mark, well, he gave me HIV.
That was really good. Wow, that really showed a lot of strength. I'm sure that that was not easy, saying all that. I think accepting this and talking about this is going to make you even stronger. And you will get through this.